Am I the asshole for messaging my husband's mistress husband? Backstory: my husband, 29, let's call him Adam, and I, 30, have been married for 4 years. 2 years ago, I found a text message exchange between him and a coworker, let's call her Hannah, that were going on for months behind my back. At the time, they weren't incredibly incriminating. It clearly showed a mutual friendship that could be progressing to more. I expressed my discomfort to Adam not for the friendship, but for keep it a secret. If it didn't mean anything, why wouldn't he tell me? He assured me that the only reason he didn't tell me was because he knew I'd react like that. He said she was married, let's call her husband Joe, and they were just work friends. I asked that he limit his contact with her and be more open with me. They continued to be friends. Periodically, I would remind Adam that I was uncomfortable with their friendship when she would keep popping up in all of his stories from work, but he would brush it off and assure me that I was overreacting. Well, 3 months ago, I came home from work and he told me that he had feelings for her. Not a big shocker. And don't worry, I've already filed for divorce. He said Hannah was separating from her husband, Joe, and she made a couple of comments to him that made him feel uncomfortable, but then made him question their connection as well. Comments like, "Do you think we're too close? I wish I met you before I met my husband. I've always found you attractive," etc. He realized he cared for her, but he wanted to tell his wife because he did not like keeping it from me. Adam assured me they were never physical, and he sobbed about how I deserved better. Of course, he wanted to be with me, yada yada. I naively said I'd work on it, and that lasted all of 3 weeks. Within the second week, Adam had a full breakdown questioning what it all meant. I wrote Hannah a letter which I had Adam give to her. I had no other way of reaching her, expressing that I am a real person that both of them have hurt. I said I contemplated telling her husband, but I held myself back because I did not know if that would put her in harm's way. He told me that she was scared I would tell her husband because she didn't know what he would do. I said she should be. Some time went by, and I found that he was still talking with her. He said he did not want to stop talking to her. I said I think he should leave for the weekend. He went to his parents' house over the weekend, and there was severe weather at our house. Picture me locked in a laundry room with 2 dogs and 2 cats. Of course, Adam and I were texting. He was watching the weather and hoped we were safe. He comes back home the next morning before work. While he was outside with the dogs, I checked his phone. Yes, I know that was bad. I found that the prior night, he was also texting Hannah. Their conversation included her saying he was so cute and asking about what they would do for their first date. He responded with a couple of suggestions for activities they could do. She loved it. Blah, blah, blah. Again, I'm divorcing already. When I found the messages, my heart sank. He came back in from outside, and I told him that I wanted a divorce. I told him what I saw and that he has lost all decision-making power in our relationship. It was up to me now. Here's where I'm not sure if I'm the asshole. I went to work and got started on handcrafting a few messages. I sent his parents a text informing him of what he was doing under their roof. I sent his brother a message that said Adam might need a place to stay. I sent Joe an email informing him of their emotional affair with as many specifics as I could remember about her specific comments, and I told him that if I found out any harm came to Hannah, as a result of my message, I would personally report him. I then sent Hannah a long email that acknowledged my pain, informed her that up until this morning, Adam was still telling me he would do couples counseling, which was leading her on, that I reached out to her husband. I copied and pasted my message to him in my email to her, and that I did not want to hear from her. Adam fully freaked out. He said I was compromising people's jobs. I emailed Hannah on her work email, but like she was doing what she was doing at work, so why is she ashamed when it's written down? I'm blowing up everything. How could I? Etc. I got a call from his mom berating me, saying that if any harm came to her son, it would be on me. She said I would have to live with myself. I simply apologized for upsetting her and blocked her number. The way I'm telling you, I didn't even raise my voice. I felt like telling him I would report him would deter any potential harm. I also thought that including what I sent to him in my message to her was a courtesy to prepare her for anything he might do. I also am finding it hard to take the responsibility of a potential violent act that I verbally discouraged and warned her about. I also warned them both that I was considering tell Joe not because I wanted to punish them, but just because he had a right to know. 3 of the 4 people in the situation were well aware of the inappropriate conduct, and Joe was just hanging out and hoping for a reconciliation. I'm finding it tough to believe what Adam's mom said, but am I the asshole for messaging my husband's mistress husband? If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my channel. There are many great stories for you on my channel. Thank you for watching.